Okay, so here's a little update on the gang stalking video that I made. Sorry about the background noise. The window's open intentionally because some people who live in this complex are part of this um, gang stalking. Now, gang stalking, so I want them to hear in case they're listening, which they may or may not be, but I can hear them talking outside, so not about me, but just in general, so they can probably hear me too, which is fine. Now, gang stalking probably isn't the most accurate description of what's going on. Um, uh, I don't know what other word would be more appropriate, but basically there is and it's not just me. There's other people who have this happen to too. It's basically it's an active attempt by a large group of individuals on various levels of involvement, right? Uh, to get rid of they would consider to be undesirables, or people, suspicious people, or people that they don't want in their neighborhood. And they can do this through these neighborhood apps. And they do it like the neighbor is one of them. Next door is, I think it's the big one. Um, when you join these apps, they have private groups. So when you join the app, it asks like where you live. So let's say I live in this apartment complex. You have to put something in there, right? Well, other people in that area will notify them, hey, blah, blah, blah lives right next to you. Hey, this person lives right next to you. Reach out, say hi. And they do that, and that's how they can verify that that person is a real person. That Zach does live here because I'm his neighbor, and he joined the app, and yeah, I know Zach. Let's add him. Bam, he's a real person. He's an okay guy. I can vouch for that guy. And so they do this, right? Within a mile and a half, according to my app, mile and a half, there's like 150 people within a mile and a half on this app, right? So they can all pretty much vouch for each other, right? This neighbor knows this guy, and this guy. So then they send little invites to private groups, right? Private groups being this part of the neighborhood, right? So if you're in North Park, North Park West, North Park East, Hillcrest this, Hillcrest that, Point Loma this, Point Loma that. And so then it's like it grows, right? And so everybody can vouch for somebody, right? And that's how they know that you're a real person. That's why when I join this app, if I put who I am and where I live, nobody sends me an invite. If I make a fake account and I do that, nobody sends me an invite because nobody can vouch for me because they don't know like who's this Joe Smith in this complex. Says he lives here, but I don't know a Joe Smith. Nobody else knows a Joe Smith, so nobody sends you an invite. So you have to be vouched for basically. Then you get invited into the groups. When you're in these groups, that's when people are suspicious. They'll post shit for the public to see, not outside that group. Like, hey, weird homeless guy talking to himself on the corner, be careful. They'll post shit like that. Or like, guy walking around looking at cars, like he's might be breaking into them. You'll see that in the public, right? That's for anybody to see. But the private ones are more like, hey, there's that one guy in the RV. Keep an eye on him. Hey, I just saw that guy at Target. Hey, I just saw that guy on the beach. Hey, this guy's at the gas station. And they do that with people of interest or undesirables. That's what's going on with me. Update is I basically pissed off somebody about a year ago. Somebody was taking pictures of me and filming me, and he walked right up to my van and was like right next, like just a few feet from me. He goes, "Gotcha," and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I didn't know what the fuck, you know. And so I just happened to have my camera next to me, and so as he's walking away, I pulled up my camera, started filming him. I was like, "Got you," and he didn't like that. And we got into some words. We exchanged some words. He never told me why he did that. I didn't know either. I didn't know anything about these apps either. So anyway, we got into it almost to the point where we were about to brawl. I was about to get out of the van, and I didn't. But he said something like, "You'll be on the watch list, motherfucker." He said something like that as he walked away. Ever since then is when this started. So basically, using that picture, he was able to circulate it through the neighborhood. So now people, whenever I walk by, especially in this neighborhood where I live, and by the way, I'm not homeless. This is where I live now, this apartment, and I have an RV that I stay in when I feel like it, which I'm going to be staying into full time because I'm leaving San Diego soon. Not because of this stuff, for other reasons. But anyway, yeah, so that's how this works, right? So they just pass it around. And before you know it, it doesn't take long. Anywhere you go, somebody knows is connected to somebody, and they just do that. And not everybody fucks with you. Most of the time they don't. Most of the time it's just they watch you. They see you. And this isn't paranoia. I'm not on meth. I'm not suffering from meth delusions or schizophrenia. I don't have delusions of grandeur, although I do wear a shirt with my face on it. So maybe I'm crazy. No, but seriously, I usually don't wear this outside. I'm in my inside shirt today. Anyway, um, yeah. So it's I'm nobody important. I pissed off somebody, and I'm not right about it all the time. But most of the people don't fuck with you. Most people just watch you, and some people make it very obvious that they are. So it's not in my head, and I'm not being paranoid when I'm at an intersection and in my van or my RV or whatever. And up next to me pulls a car, and my window's down, and I can hear them. Their window's down too, or at least cracked or something. I can hear them say, "Hey, that's the dude in the RV, right?" And I'll look over, and then they'll both look over at me like that. That's not being paranoid, okay? That's not being, that's not meth delusions, right? So there's that, or people. That's happened so many times because the people that want to get more involved make it obvious. I'm going to show you a video, by the way, at the end of this video, of one guy I caught on film. Dude, I was parking my RV on this little side street. In San Diego, you can't park RVs anymore between certain hours of the night without getting ticketed. It's up to the police at their discretion. But so it's hard to park your fucking RV anywhere around here. But fucking my video. Anyway, but basically, there's a dude on an office. I'm parking the RV on the street. There's like a lot that does like wedding receptions and parties and shit, and they parking's tight right there, right? So my RV's taking up like prime real estate right there. So they don't want me to park there, right? But it's public parking, right? It's on the street, so they can't really do a whole lot about it. Now, what they could do is come up and ask me and say, hey, between these hours and whatnot of our, when we're having these wedding receptions, do you think you can move your RV? I'd be like, sure, yeah, no problem, man. I understand. That's cool. I'll park somewhere else, and I'll just, I'll come back when you're done. That would be the cool thing to do, right? But no, because I'm a person who's undesirable, who they're trying to get to leave town, what they do is instead, there's a dude. Now you'll see the video at the end of this video. I caught him on video, and you'll see his expression. It's kind of hard to see, but you could tell. Anyway, he was on top of an office complex down the street, launching golf balls, driving golf balls at my RV, right? Whack! Driving golf balls, trying to hit my RV. It's kind of fucking funny, actually. But, and his buddies, which you can't see, are on the left of me, just standing there on the side of the street watching me, just like looking at me, just two of them, waiting to see what I was going to do, see if I was going to move, see if I was going to get out with a baseball bat. And this dude is launching golf balls at me, right? To get me to move the RV, right? But he missed, and the golf ball went over the RV, bounced, and it hit another car and broke the window, right? The front window of the car. And the dude whose car that was fucking wasn't in the car, but he was like somewhere. I don't know what he was doing, but he came running out with a motherfucker, and police got called and everything, right? You'll see me filming the guy, and the guy clearly is looking at me like, I was aiming for you, motherfucker. Like he didn't mean to hit the car behind me. And he sees me filming this, right? And as soon as he sees me, the camera in my hand, he stops, just walks right away. I mean, you'll see this at the end of the video. I've also spoken to people, okay, not in this area, who've confirmed that this is exactly how this works, right? People who aren't on the undesirable list, who do get invites, and they're like, yeah, people in these neighborhoods, they get who we don't want in the neighborhood, we're told, watch them. And that's usually enough, is, when you're walking down the street and there's two people having a conversation, they see you and they immediately stop talking and both of them turn and just stare at you. That's pretty obvious, right? Maybe it was something about, maybe it's, not 100% of the time does that mean that they're like, know who you are, or they're part of this internet thing. Often it is though, and they want you to know. And that's the thing, is they want you to know. This is not speculative. This is not theoretical. This is not in my head. I may not be right 100% of the time, but I'm right enough to know that it's real. Okay? And that's the goal. The end goal is nobody's getting paid, like somebody mentioned in one of these comments. It's not that. It's not about, there's no greater scheme. Nobody's being paid. It's not their job. I'm not going to go to that level, right? Maybe in rare cases, but no. And this is just a simple thing where communities want people, not just homeless, but whoever they consider undesirable, out. It's similar to like your pedophile sex offender list, right? It's kind of similar to that, where people get notified of pedophiles and sex offenders in their neighborhood on websites, shows you where they live, pictures of them, right? It's not too much different than that, except I'm not a sex offender or a pedophile, but I've classified, I'm made to feel like I am, which is kind of fucked. But, you know, yeah, I mean, the end game is just to drive you away, for you to frustrate you so that you leave. It's a way of punishing people for pissing off the wrong person. The guy that I pissed off must have been some sort of grand poobah or somebody with authority within this app, right? In this neighborhood community. So when he says, hey, fuck this guy is somebody to watch, this guy's dangerous, this guy's suspicious, this guy, and the shitty part is, I don't know even what they said. He could have made shit up. He could have called me a fucking sex offender or a fucking pedophile, whatever. Who the fuck knows? Which that is kind of alarming because I don't know exactly what was said. But either way, so yeah, it's that's it. That's all there is to it, you know. And you know, I am leaving San Diego, so I don't doubt that they may have caught wind to my YouTube, and some of them may actually know more about me than I know. I mean, there was some times where sometimes people have been watched. I thought they were watching me, and they were, but for a different reason. I thought now I am not really paranoid, but I'm on high alert. I'm more suspicious because I know what's going on. Where sometimes people just look at you the wrong way for no reason, right? Whatever. Sometimes, and this happened once down by the mall, I noticed these two guys, they're following me, right? They were following me, but not like hardcore following me, but they kept looking over me, and I could tell they were talking about me. And finally I walked up to him, I was like, what's up? You know, and I was kind of a little bit aggressive, and not like, hey, but you know, I was kind of like, what's going on, guys? What's up? Why, you know, what's going on? Why are you following me? And he's like, oh, sorry, man, sorry. He's like, you're the guy from YouTube, right? I was like, oh, 30 hits guy. Oh, yeah, okay, right on, cool, man. Yeah. He's like, yeah, man, I saw your video in high school, blah, blah. It's like, oh, right on, man. I'm sorry. I thought you were somebody else, dude. I didn't mean to, you know, run up on you. You know, so that could be a reason. There's all kinds of reasons, right? But I'm telling you, I'm right. You'll see by this video. But yeah, one of the guys I talked to, not this guy, but a different guy, was like, yeah, this is how this works. He explained it to me. You know, he wasn't part of this neighborhood thing. This is in a different city altogether that he's part of, but he's like confirmed it, and it's pretty obvious, and they don't make a secret of it. They don't advertise it because it's fucking harassment. It's criminal. It can be, you know, if they take it to the level like the guy driving golf balls, you know, so they don't make it, and a lot of people would frown upon it. You know, you have a lot of people who will be like, guys, this is wrong. Don't fucking fuck with people like this. So the people that are cool don't want it to be known to the public what's really going on. They want the people who are being gang stalked, you know, to be, oh, that guy's just paranoid. He's just a tweaker. He's just suffering from PTSD because he's homeless. And granted, there is that element that is true. There are enough people who claim what I'm saying is happening to them. That is meth delusions. That is, you know, PTSD. That is in their head, so to speak. But they may not have always been. It may have started off as something small, and now they really are paranoid because the homeless have a lot of things to be worried about out here. San Diego is a very, it's an expensive city. Its economy thrives on tourism, and San Diego is being flooded with homeless people because the prices are astronomical to live out here. A one-bedroom apartment in this neighborhood, which is a decent neighborhood but not real special, $2,000. That's your average rent for a small one-bedroom apartment. A lot of people can't afford that shit, you know? So yeah, you have a lot of campers out here, a lot of people on the streets, a lot of people, if you're going to be a bum, be a beach bum. The weather ain't going to kill you. It's never too cold, never too hot. You know, not like Detroit or something where fuck you know, die if you're outside. Not here. So there's that. You know, another example is, well, I'm not even going to give you that example. It's getting a really long video. But yeah, I assure you people, I'm not on meth. I'm not suffering from meth delusions. I'm not even homeless. This is real. I have a place over my head, and these people make it known, and hopefully the people might watch this video. They also, if you look on these apps, they have neighborhood watch meetings that are, you can see from the public. It's an open invite. Hey, you're part of this neighborhood, we're having a watch meeting, a neighborhood watch meetup. What do you think they fucking do at these places? They talk about the problems in the neighborhood, the undesirables. They talk about ways to clean up the streets. They talk about what they can do to improve their neighborhood. This is an expensive place. People don't want to see a bunch of homeless people, campers and shit like that. They don't want to see that shit. So already you're an undesirable, right? But if you fucking fuck back with these people like I did when I called that motherfucker out, now I'm really undesirable. Now I pissed off the wrong person. Now who the fuck? This guy needs to be taught a lesson before he starts inciting other people to do the same shit. Because then we're gonna have a problem. When you have a bunch of homeless fucking campers and fucking people who we consider undesirable fucking back with us, then we're gonna have a problem. You know, because some people will pick up. It's a taser. It's like a cattle prod. I'd show you it, but it charge you batteries. But you know, some people will fuck off, and you know, I don't want to get violent with anybody. I just want to be fucking left alone. You know, but I'm getting now. I'm more comfortable about it. I can, you know, I know what's going on. So before I was a little more uncomfortable because I wasn't exactly sure what was going on. Now that I know, it's like I even wave at people that are watching me. I'm like, "What's up? What's up?" You know, it's like, you know, it's like, you know, and then most of them never say anything, or they'll smile like this. They'll go like, kind of like acknowledge like, "What's up? Yeah, you know who we are. We know who you are," type thing. So, but yeah, so that's what's going on, guys, and it's real. Watch this video at the end of this. Sorry for babbling so long, but yeah, I noticed a lot of the comments, and you know, I don't know what to tell you guys. You know, I thought it was not real too. I thought it was when I heard stories like this, from mainly from homeless people that I talked to. I thought, meth delusions, PTSD has been on the streets too long. And homeless people have a lot to worry about. I've watched people drive by and throw shit at homeless people. Watch them throw shit out of their cars. They drive by, an empty can or something, you know, or a bottle or whatever, you know, a bag of fucking old food, shit. I mean, I've seen this. I've seen the aftermath of it, of people lighting homeless camps on fire. Not homeless people, the public, somebody in the public dropping a match onto like a homeless encampment to catch these tents on fire. I've seen the aftermath of this. This happens. It's not, you know, and it gets blamed off as like some homeless guy fucking fell asleep with a cigarette. No, somebody walked by and threw a lit thing onto the guy's tent, you know, and it's like, so these people have something to worry about, you know, and people driving golf balls at your RV. That's kind of something to worry about, you know. I mean, you know, luckily I haven't been physically fucked with, but you know, it's a matter of time, and you can't really hide a fucking 22-foot RV. You know, they know what I drive, and that's how they typically recognize me first by the vehicles I drive. If I'm not in a vehicle, I don't often get fucked with, or not fucked with as much, just because I don't think a lot of people recognize me, which is good, you know. But yeah, that's it. So you know, I'm leaving San Diego soon. Basically, not because of this, because I've been here for 20 years, and I could have a more comfortable lifestyle, making the same amount of money I do now, living somewhere else for half, you know, when rent's half the price. That I have an RV. I want to fucking travel, you know. I'd rather put, trust me, I put a lot of money in this fucking tank. I get like 6 miles, 8 miles to the gallon at best. But yeah, I want to travel. You know, I'm not getting any younger, although I'm still fucking handsome. But no, you know, I want to travel. You know, I don't want to sit here any longer. The reason I was in San Diego primarily this last time around, for the last 5-6 years, was because of my mom. You know, and she passed away in February 2022, last year. So now that, you know, there's really not a whole lot holding me here anymore. So, you know, I'd like to just get out of San Diego and start something new, you know. And the gang stalking stuff, I hate using that word. I just know what are the word, the harassment, the neighborhood harassment. How's that? That's probably a better word. It's just one more reason to go, but it's not the reason I'm going. I would go either way. So, yeah, so that's it, guys. But yeah, again, I'm not homeless, I'm not suffering from meth delusions, I'm not suffering from schizophrenia or delusions of grandeur or paranoia. I'm not always right, but I'm right most of the time, because the things that I'm citing examples to are so fucking obvious, and they want it to be known, that they'll pretty much come up and straight up tell you, yeah, we're following you. When they say, hey, isn't that the guy in the RV? Or, hey, that's that one dude. As you walk by, when they say that shit, they want you to know. There you go. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you about it, but I understand your suspicion, and I understand using logic, and this is exactly what I did and how I thought at first too, until it happened to me. Then I had to reevaluate what was really going on, and then I realized that yeah, a lot of this is, some of this is chalked up to PTSD and meth delusions and whatnot. Not from me, but from other people that I've heard this from. But a lot of it isn't. A lot of it is real. Unfortunately, somebody in those situations who do suffer from PTSD or meth delusions or whatever, it may be happening to them, and then they will relate it to parts of their own psychosis where the delusions of grandeur come in, and then it's a fucking government and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's not. That's not the case with me. So it's very easy. It's a very well understood reason. It's very straightforward. They don't want me here. They don't like me here. I pissed off the wrong guy. I'm considered to be an undesirable element. They want me gone. And so everywhere I go, but now it's through the entire fucking city, because again, it grows. It's a spider web. There's nowhere I can really go within 20 miles of here without somebody, within a day, somebody will report me, bam, bam. And then all of a sudden, people in that neighborhood's like, oh, that's the guy from Hillcrest in the RV. Let's go check him out. And then they'll come over and check me out. Usually just watch. Some will do something, but usually it's just watching. But there you go. Sorry, rambled, but that's what I gotta say about that. Watch the video. Okay, so look up here on top of this office building to the top right. You'll see dude right here. Walk away. He's in a white shirt. Black dude right there. Blue shorts. Black dude, white shirt. Right there. He sees me and now he's walking away because he sees me filming. That's a guy driving golf balls. Right there. Check it out again. It's hard to see. It's best I can do.